Chapter 5. The Terrible Tractors. As the sun rose the next morning, buggies and vans and beans were still digging. They had dug a hole so deep you could have put a house into it, but they had not yet come to the end of the Fox's tunnel. They were all very tired and cross. "Down and blast," said Buggies. "Whose rotten idea was this?" "Bean's idea," said Vance. Buggies and Vance both straight and Bean. Bean took another swig of cider that put the flash back into the pocket without offering it to the others. "Listen," he said angrily. "I want the fox. I am going to get the fox. I am not giving until I've strung him up over my front porch, dead as a dumplings. We can't get him by digging that for sure," said the fat buggies. "I've had enough of digging." Vance, the little pot-bellied dwarf, looked up at Bean and said, "Have you got any more stupid ideas, Dan?" "What?" said Bean. "I can't hear you." Bean never took a bath. He never ever washed. As a result, his ear holes were clogged with all kinds of muck and wax and bits of chewing gum and dead flies and stuff like that. This made him deaf. "Speak louder," he said to Vance, and Vance shouted back, "Got any more stupid ideas?" Bean rubbed the back of his neck with a dirty finger. He had a boil coming there and at which. "What we need on his hub," he said, "is machines, mechanical shovels. We'll have him out in 5 minutes with mechanical shovels." This was a pretty good idea, and the other two had to admit it. "All right, then," Bean said, taking charge. "Bugging you stay here and see the fox doesn't escape. Vance and I will go and fetch our mechanic beef. If he tries to get out, shoot him quick." The long van being walked away. The tiny vans trotted after him. The fat buggies stayed where he was with his gun pointed at the foxhole. Soon two enormous caterpillar tractors with mechanical shovels on their front end come clanking into the wood. Bean was driving one, Vance the other. The mechanical were both black. They were murderous, brutal-looking monsters. Where here, where he go then? Shouted Bean. Death to the foxes! Shouted Vance. The mechanicals went to work beating huge mouth-fats of soil out of the hill. The big tree under which Mr. Fox had dug his hole in the first place was toppled like a mashed steak. On all side rocks were set flies, and three were falling, and the noise was deafening. Down in the tunnel, the fox crouched, listening to the terrible clanging and bending overhead. "What's happened, Dad?" cried the small foxes. "What are they doing?" Mr. Fox didn't know what was happening or what they were doing. "It's an earthquake!" cried Mr. Fox. "Look," said one of the small foxes, "our tunnels got shorter. I can see daylight." They all looked around, and yes, the mouth of the tunnel was only a few feet away from them now, and in the circle of daylight beyond they could see the two huge black tractors almost on top of them. "Tractor!" shouted Mr. Fox, "and mechanical shovels! Dig for your lives! Dig, dig, dig!"